Move over, tuna. Canned sardines are way more interesting these days than that tin of Bumblebee ever was. They'll turn the heat up on your next meal, so long as you don't make any of these mistakes.
Tuna, 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 tuna.
Since canned sardines are a common item to find in your pantry, it's very tempting to want to use them as a tuna substitute when you've run out of it. But here's the thing. Using canned sardines in a recipe that was originally designed to be a tuna dish will be a major injustice to the sardines. Don't assume they're easily interchangeable. Use sardines when you're looking for rich, bold flavors, not just as a substitute for a tuna salad. Sardine flavors are quite fishy, while tuna flavors are mild. Adding sardines in a recipe originally meant for tuna will just overpower your dish, which might lead to extra work, since you'll probably need to figure out a way to balance out the flavor and hunt for more ingredients in your pantry. It all seems messy and not worth it, really. Another thing, sardines are tender and soft, while tuna is firm and flaky, making tuna ideal for salads and sardines for sandwiches and mashed recipes. While both sardines and tuna have omega-3 fatty acids and are very nutritious, sardines contain heavy amounts of calcium and vitamin D, which are not as dominant in tuna. That said, canned sardines deserve to take center stage in a dish, not just linger in the background, only brought out when the tuna runs out. With their rich flavor and versatility, they have every right to shine on their own. Since sardines are pre-cooked before they're sealed in their can, it can be tempting to grab a fork and just dig in right after opening, but that's limiting yourself and your meal, and it might actually be keeping you from fully enjoying all the goodness sardines have to offer. We get it. Canned sardines are a quick and efficient addition to any meal, but there are plenty of creative and easy-to-prepare ways to enjoy them. After all, life's too colorful for boring meals. From quick sardine salads and sandwiches to savory patties and hearty rice bowls, there are countless easy and delicious ways to enjoy your canned sardines. They'll also majorly upgrade your bowl of pasta if given the chance. With so many delicious ways to eat and prepare sardines, you're doing them a disservice if you're just eating them straight from the can, tempting as it may be. When it comes to canned sardines, only minimal amounts of heat are preferred. Otherwise, they'll become dry and less appealing. Take a sardine curry, for example. Canned sardines, unlike fresh ones, only need to be sautéed for less than a minute. Any longer, and you risk them falling apart in the curry, leaving you with a messy and less than pleasant dish. To avoid overcooking, add the canned sardines at the very end of the process. Once your sauce or dish is fully cooked, gently fold the sardines in and let them warm through using residual heat. This helps preserve both the texture and flavor of the sardines, complementing your beautiful dish. When using canned sardines, it's very important to remember that they were either steamed, boiled, or fried before the can was sealed, so heat isn't really a necessity. There really is no need to fix what isn't broken.
Morning. Care for sardine?
Adding a little heat to your sardines can really amp up the flavor, but you should never do it while they're still in the can. It's very dangerous. The steel that the can is made of usually contains toxins like chromium and nickel, which are released when the tin is heated. The effects aren't instant, but it could lead to cancer and diabetes over time. Heating up sardines while they're still in the can lead to bisphenol A seeping into the food, which can also increase one's risk of cancer and diabetes. We know it may seem like a waste of time, but transferring them to a pan or microwave-safe dish is a simple step that protects your health and ensures even heating. A few extra seconds can go a long way in preserving both the quality of your meal and your well-being. A common mistake many people make is discarding the brine or oil after opening the can. So much can be done with that oil to take your dishes to the next level. It can be a flavorful and versatile enhancer for a variety of dishes, whether it's boosting your salad dressings or serving as a rich base for sauces. A simple potato salad can be completely transformed just by adding the oil from canned sardines, leaving any guest wondering what your secret ingredient is. Another fun thing to do with the leftover oil is make sardine butter with it. Simply add the oil into a container and mix with butter, sardine bits, and herbs of your choice. Finally, place the mixture in the fridge so that it solidifies, and use it as a spread whenever you want toast or a sandwich with a kick to it. If you're not ready to use the entire can of sardines in one go, that's totally fine. Just leave the leftovers in the oil. As the sardines remain submerged, their fat content will remain intact, and the fish will remain moist as well. The oils help to prevent oxidation by providing a protective barrier for the sardines. If you make the mistake of throwing away the oil, you can use olive oil as a substitute to preserve the sardines. Although it won't be as effective as using the original stuff. It will, however, preserve some of the flavor left in the sardines. And a little flavor is better than no flavor at all. It's also important to make sure that the leftover sardines and oil are placed in an airtight container before being placed in the fridge. A glass container is your best bet, as it eliminates the risk of potential leaching and helps preserve the sardines' quality and flavor. We get it. The fear of choking on a fish bone is real and natural, but the bones found in canned sardines aren't like the ones you would find in a grilled mackerel. These bones are actually very soft since the sardines are cooked beforehand and are something to look forward to since they're also nutritious. They're a great source of calcium. If you're looking to hit that calcium target, then eating sardine bones would definitely get the job done. And it's a cost-friendly route as well. The bones found in canned sardines are also safe for making baby food as they crush effortlessly between your fingers. Add some avocado to the mashed sardines and you'll have a very yummy treat for your baby. Although the bones are quite soft, edible, and high in nutritional value, some canned sardine recipes work better without. When making sardine patties, you'll need to remove the bones from the sardines first before mashing them for best results. After this, you can easily add in your herbs, eggs, and breadcrumbs and begin shaping the patties. Some canned sardines come already deboned, making them a quick and convenient option for those who want to save time and skip the extra step. Besides deboning for the sake of your dish's texture, sometimes it's necessary to do so for the overall presentation of your meal. Bones that are floating around can risk making a salad look untidy and messy. Deboning is also helpful when serving sardines to people who may be unfamiliar with them or are hesitant about eating fish bones. Don't assume that all guests will know about how harmless and soft they are. Taking a moment to remove the bones can make the dish more approachable and enjoyable, especially for kids or those new to sardines. It's a small step that can turn skeptics into fans if handled correctly. Some canned sardines come in sauces like tomato sauce, and the flavors can vary from mild to super hot. If you aren't a fan of strong flavors, you can rinse the sardines in milk after draining the sauce. But even if you are a fan of strong flavors, it's also important to make sure that the sardines' flavor isn't overpowering the rest of the dish. In this instance, rinsing them in milk would be an option again. For example, canned sardines are sometimes used to only complement a dish and not as the star of the show, like when making pasta, rice bowls, or mixed vegetable stir-fries. In these cases, toning down the intensity allows the sardines to blend in seamlessly, adding a savory depth without dominating the overall flavor profile. Also, if you're going to be serving a dish with sardines to people that aren't too crazy about fish, then rinsing them in milk would be another smart move. We recommend soaking them in milk for an hour before using them. This will make the bold flavors in the sardines approachable. Canned sardines usually come in oil, brine, water, or sauce. This means that they are not all going to taste the same, so they have to be treated differently. A salad made with canned sardines in oil will taste noticeably different if you use sardines soaked in sauce the next time. The type of liquid they're packed in can significantly change the overall flavor of your dish. It's all about balancing the flavors and knowing when to use what and what to pair them with. We recommend pairing canned sardines that have strong fishy tastes with bright, fresh, and acidic ingredients, such as lemons or a splash of vinegar. Fresh herbs will also add some brightness to heavily flavored sardines. Also, when served at room temperature, sardines tend to have a milder fishy taste compared to when they're hot. So, if you don't have any bright or acidic ingredients on hand and hungry guests are waiting, we recommend serving them at room temperature, just in moderation. Canned sardines can easily bring flavor to your meals with the right pairings. Sardines packed in water are mild in flavor, making them a great addition to salads that already have a main star, like chicken salad. They'll complement the dish without overpowering it. Adding in hot sauce or black pepper will make sardines that were packed in water more interesting, while pickles and celery will help bring texture to them. Sardines canned in oil or water typically tend to drop in quality after being open for one day. This means that the longer you keep your can of sardines open, the more you'll lose out on all the juicy, flavorful goodness those tiny fish have to offer. Besides affecting the quality of your sardines, leaving them in an open can is also a health risk, because the tin lining's exposure to oxygen can lead to increased release of metals such as zinc and iron, which becomes dangerous for consumption. After opening the can of sardines, we recommend transferring the contents into a clean and airtight container. Also, mark the containers with the date of storage to make it easy to keep track of how long they've been in your fridge or freezer. It is typically recommended to refrigerate sardines from cans within 2 hours of opening them and use them within 3 to 4 days of refrigerating them. Keeping them longer than this will not only cause quality issues for you, but will pose a health risk as well. If you really have to store your sardines for longer than 4 days, freezing them would be your best bet.